Ah. Hey, oh, now my voice cracked. That's how you know I'm excited for today. I'm over here. Hey,
Hey,
you take the intro.
no, it was great because that energy is infectious. We're doing good today. We're live in the studio, live in the beautiful city of Chicago, city of wide shoulders, city of 75 degrees outside, but it's freezing indoors. We got jackets
Okay.
on.
I took mine off just for the sole fact. I was like, I don't want to wear a hoodie,
Uh-huh.
during the broadcast, but it's cold in here. He's
Yeah.
not lying.
No, it's there. And if you guys want to peep in the studio camera in the bottom left corner, we got my son Leonardo right here. He's chilling right now. He's in the zone right now, watching something on YouTube. But don't worry, I do have restrictions on his tablet. You know better.
Period. Got
Period.
to.
With a T at the end of that period.
Absolutely. And guess what we got on the show today?
It's going to be amazing. It's out of this world. The people that are joining us today are uncanny.
It's actually crazy. Like, I still can't really believe it.
Mhm.
But I was just talking to Maris out there. Shout out to Maris.
Big shout out.
Big shout out to Maris. I was telling him, I'm like, I'm a little nervous, but like
Yeah.
a good nervous. Not like,
Yeah.
oh my God, freaking out nervous, but I'm like a good nervous. But he was like, you guys have done this, what, millions of times?
Yeah.
Like,
But
kill it.
this is a prime butterflies in the tummy example type thing, But I'll tell you this, the first time I started DJing publicly, I'd always get this little urge to, like, I got a little lightheaded, like kind of nauseous. Once I hit play, it was all good.
All good.
So just like here, we're here to just deliver great stuff, be with greater people, and give you even the best material. Period. I've said period enough. That's enough out of me.
Hey, listen, it's okay because, as you said, the energy is infectious. We're
Mhm.
feeling it today. We
Yeah.
got great people. Diallo Riddle,
Woo.
the star of Southside on HBO Max.
Mm.
Marlon from NBC.
Get out.
So many more. I mean, he won an award for directing.
Yeah.
NAACP Image Award.
It's not a normal award. Okay.
No.
This is you gotta reach a certain tier.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then we have Albert Lawrence,
Amazing talk.
IMDb
Okay.
correspondent, Amazon Live correspondent.
Yep.
Warner Brothers TV correspondent. Like,
Celebrity interview correspondent.
yeah. Denzel Washington, Jim Carrey. Like, he's interviewed pretty much everybody.
Yeah, and if you guys want a quick snippet of it, head on over to our Instagram page at the Midday Live Show, and you get all types of clips. We got some audiograms from a DJ, Legendary Broadway, and of course, we got some great how to make a comp card if you want to be an actor or actress.
From Zuri James. Big shout out to him and RCM Talent.
Man, we're gonna get exhausted. Make sure we need to write a list, a laundry list, a Santa Claus wish list of all the people that have been on the show that are just amazing, have helped us level up. So
level up.
We're leveling up.
Level up.
Let's go.
Word to Sierra. But anywho, I wanna get into a conversation.
I'm all about conversation.
Okay. So as you guys can see, I'm sure we are missing someone today.
Oh.
Our boy Jarrell, he's working right now. He out there working.
Grinding.
Yeah. Big shout out to Rock 95.5.
Big shout out.
They're out here. Angie and Abe, they out here liquid luncheon.
Yeah.
But it is also his birthday.
Oh, man.
It's Jarrell's birthday.
So a big happy birthday, from one king to another.
Yeah.
Jarrell has always been someone who has told me, we all got the God inside of us. We were created in his like image type thing.
Oh, yeah.
So from one king to another, with another queen in the studio with me, Jazz, we are wishing you big, happy G-Day, born day, birthday, the day you blessed us with your presence on this planet. Shout out to your mama, Jarrell.
Big shout out to you, old man. I'm sorry, but...
Older. I'm the old man. You can call me the old man.
No, for these purposes, we're going to act like you're younger than him.
Excellent.
And I'm calling Jarrell the old man.
Oh,
today.
I'm going to take it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's so wise sometimes with his inspirational message that I question his age. Yeah, I don't know this. If you guys ever been on a basketball court and you hooping and stuff and you're like fresh out of high school and you're like playing against somebody who's just demolishing you. And they're 34, but they say they're 22. Jarrell, what's your real age? What's your real age?
Is it really?
Maybe he's older than both of us combined. We don't know that. He's too wise. Yes. Now I'm questioning everything. Yeah, but we are celebrating his energy, his day of birth here on the Midday Live Show. A big pillar of the big three right here on the Midday Live Show.
Absolutely, he is. So happy birthday, Jarrell. We miss you, but we're going to turn up for you. We have to all get together. We got to go out. We got to celebrate.
Tacos. Tacos work with everything.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Tacos and
taco. Yes. It's okay. We're of age. We drink. I like tequila. If this wasn't coffee, it would have to be tequila. That's all I'm saying. Well, you know what? I have two cups. So one can have one can have the other.
I don't think you should mix them.
No? Oh, yeah. Because that's like a stimulant, a little bit of a depressant. But tequila is not like any other liquor I've had. It just sets me in a mood. It energizes me. So, questions? I don't know. It's too early to drink, but it's 5:00 somewhere. Hit the like button, hit subscribe, and I'll probably have a drink tequila before the end of the show. How about that?
Okay. Love to see it.
We got it.
We got to turn up for Jarrell's birthday somehow, you know? Because he's here in spirit.
Big spirit.
Yeah. Big spirit. Okay. So now that we got our birthday shout outs out the way, we can either go into a weather update or we can go into another discussion.
I need this discussion. You were just feeding. You were on fire, Jazz.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay. So this is something that I found on Twitter. This was trending for a few days, and it is the Nickelodeon shows.
Okay.
And it says you can only save 3 of them.
What?
3.
Okay.
You can only keep 3 of these shows.
Whoa. Okay. Here we go.
We want to hear from you. If you're watching, leave a comment. Which 3 would you keep from this list of Nickelodeon iconic shows? These are all from like 90s, early 2000s, which was literally the best time.
Holy cow. Okay. Well, before we dive in and give our responses, can I do a phone a friend type thing? Can I see if I can tag team and get Leo's opinion in on this?
Absolutely, you can.
All right. I'll be right back, guys.
So let me see. You guys, while we're getting Leo's opinion, I think I would keep... Ooh, dang. It's like the longer I look at the photo, it's getting harder and harder to decide. Because I love Cat Dog, okay? Cat Dog is iconic. I used to have that orange tape, that VHS. I would watch it all the time. But I also had, the Rugrats movie. SpongeBob is one of my favorite shows of all time.
Hold
So
on.
definitely keeping that. SpongeBob is for sure my number one. Keeping
Okay.
SpongeBob.
Good. SpongeBob's your number one, you said, right?
Yes.
Okay, what is your number two?
Ooh. Number two. Oh, this is hard. This is really hard.
Okay.
Because I love Rugrats. I love Fairly Odd Parents. I love Hey Arnold. I love Jimmy Neutron. Doug was great. Wild Thornberrys was great. Danny Phantom, just for the theme song alone.
Yeah, that's
snapped.
Pretty cool.
Fairly Odd Parents.
Okay, number two is Fairly Odd Parents for Jazz.
Fairly Odd Parents. Yes. Number three, I'm going to have to keep Hey Arnold. Yes. Before I change my mind.
Football head Arnold, right?
Hey, football head.
Hey, football head.
Coco was such a hater. She knew she loved him, and she just never told him.
Yeah, that's how it usually goes. When they're that age, boys don't know how to flirt. They don't know, period. They're out here. Let me push you on the swing till you fall off and hit your head.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, boys, we don't know. We don't know at that age. But wrap it up for me again. Those three you said. Fairly Odd Parents.
Fairly Odd Parents.
Okay.
SpongeBob and Hey Arnold.
All right. Well, I want to phone in a friend, everybody. I got my son here in the studio with us. So, Leo's going to help me pick three. And go ahead, Leo. Whenever you're ready, pick your three. Speaking to the mic.
Avatar, SpongeBob SquarePants,
yes,
and Danny Phantom.
Nice.
Actually, you know what? Avatar, Invader Zim.
Ooh.
And Danny Phantom.
Okay.
What is Invader Zim? I've never heard of it.
What?
It's exactly what it sounds like.
Pretty much.
Yeah. The name kind of sums up one half.
Oh yeah.
Half of it.
Half? Zim Zilabim?
No, the name sums up one half. You'll have to watch the show to find out the other half.
Well,
you gotta watch the show. You heard him.
I will. Thank you so much, Leo. Any final words before you head back to your headphones?
Well done.
Okay. Thank
Period.
You. Well, I'm gonna have to take his word for it because you wouldn't want to have my 90s kid choice because mine would be really easy.
What you got?
I'd go Rocco's Modern Life.
Yeah. Big shout out to Gary L. Gray.
Yep. That's a throwback. Doug. My middle name is Douglas. I used to.
Really?
Yeah, my middle name's Douglas, and I used to always watch Doug, dude with the the khaki shorts, the green sweater vest.
Yes.
I had that.
Really?
I had that. I used to joke around. I used to have my homie named Skeeter too. His name wasn't Skeeter. His name was Sam, but he's like, hey, call me Skeeter.
I love it.
And this is way back when too. This is like junior high right when you think you're a big kid and stuff, and you got a locker with a combination that you forget every 2-3 days because it's 36, 26, 14. But anyway, there you go, Doug, Rocco's Modern Life. Hey Arnold. Ooh,
nice choices, Albert.
Very
nice
hard.
Choices.
I don't know what I'd pick. Yeah. Well, your Pop-Tarts are probably where you left them.
Doug is the truth. He really is. That was an underrated show, in my opinion. Like it seems like it's kind of been forgotten as the years have gone on. Like people don't really know what Doug even is.
It was more, I would say now as a parent, it was a conservative show, if anything. It was he was one of the most conservative guys, low-key guys.
He was very low-key.
And then he wanted to get with Patty Mayonnaise.
Yes.
So those are good times. Yeah, Leah's voice. Thank you, Miss Linda. Always good to see you. But my third one would be Ooh. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Fairy Odd Parents, because it's just funny. It's adult humor.
It's hilarious.
Wrapped up in a kid's cartoon.
And
there are morals. There were morals at the end of that.
There were.
And I appreciate, when Jimmy was it Jimmy or Timmy? Timmy, there we go.
But remember, Timmy and Jimmy did do like what is it called?
When the two shows combined?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe
it was called like Jimmy Timmy Power Hour.
Wow.
Like something like that. I remember when it came out, I was like, oh my, this is the best thing ever. Like crossover.
Oh, that's what it is. Crossover.
Those were like the best things when your childhood shows would be on the other show. Oh, that was just amazing.
They don't do it no more. They barely do it.
They really don't.
They keep everything separated in a box. again, I'm gonna repeat it. I don't want to go into too much detail and digress, but they're not they're not afraid of our violence. They're afraid of our love. You know what I'm saying? Because we forgive, we love, we grow, we prosper. Come on now.
We grow and we prosper.
We do. Yeah, but number 3, the Fairy Odd Parents was it. That's solid for me. I just aged myself, but it's cool because Jarrell's birthday and he's the old man today, so it doesn't matter how old I am.
Exactly. Yeah, we're calling Jarrell the old man for the day.
Old man.
Sorry.
Old man.
You'll be okay. It's your birthday. You're fine.
You're fine.
You're fine.
Let it roll off your shoulders. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah, Jarrell, if you're tuning in and you're listening right now, you know I owe you a drink. Excuse me, with an A. DRANK. Yes. Got you.
I love it. I mean, it's a Friday. It's a perfect time for a drink.
I've been calling my Fridays Fly Day now.
Fly Day?
Yeah, it used to be Friday because my son said, hey, it's Friday last Friday because, end of school.
Yeah.
This is turning into like a dad podcast. I keep saying, hey, as a dad. Hey, as a dad. Hey, it kind of sounds.
Love it.
I sound like a little mafioso too, like I got an accent. Well, so funny. I'm on one today. I haven't had coffee in a week and now I'm over here knocking back. Yeah.
How many did you have?
Nothing. I had a 4. That's where my mistake was. I thought I was making a less amount of coffee, but they just concentrated. I made an espresso instead of a cup.
Oh.
4 ounces of caffeine. All up in this. That's good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but it's time to be alive here on the Midday Live Show. We got a weather update coming up. We got great guests, too. We got all types of things. I'm supposed to have a shot of tequila by the end of the show. We'll figure that part out. But where are we? Are we live in Chicago, Jazz?
We are super live in Chicago. We're live from iHeartRadio Chicago, downtown Chicago. Yeah, we could clap it up for that. Yes. So we're so excited. We're having a great time today. And we're going to go on a quick commercial break so you can hear from some of our past guests. We got some new sweepers, I heard.
Oh, word on the street.
Word on the street.
So, we got to play them.
Yeah, we definitely got to play them.
Where these headphones at? Let's get this.
Yeah. So don't go anywhere. We are coming right back with Steve's weather report, Steve Stylez. And right now we are about to play our boy J Royale is next to you. Don't go anywhere. The Midday Live Show will be right back.
Hey, it's Kilo the Dreamer, and you locked into the Midday Live Show with my gang, Jazzy Fierce, Steve Stylez, and of course Jay. Make sure you tap in, and don't forget, drink.
We the first thing you sing in the morning.
Yeah.
So can I get next up? What's the mood? What's the word? That's what the girls say. Where the party got the bottles, cause I'm finna slay. Pretty toes, where the body got a cute face. Undressed, no panties on, cause they always get it away. You know you gotta know I want it, baby, that's a fact. That body looking mighty good, I must admit that. Tell me what I gotta do, tryna get with ya. So can I get next up? You for a minute. I must admit, baby, you the truth. You always keep it lit. So can I get next up? You for a minute. Oh, girl, I must admit, baby, you the truth. You always keep it lit. So can I get next up? Who are you posting with your friends running Snapchat? I tell my niggas that I want you, girl, cause you're the one. It's like a dream, you got me wondering what's in my cup. Because you caught my eyes so quickly out of everyone. I know you see me looking smiling, girl, cause I'm impressed. The way that body sitting, how it moves up in that dress. Tell me what I gotta do to try to cuff you. So can I get next to you for a minute? Girl, I must admit, baby, you the truth. You always keep it lit. So can I get next to you for a minute? Oh, girl, I must admit, baby, you the truth. You always keep it lit. So can I get next to? Come and spend some time with me, baby girl. You wanna be the one I wanna keep, and the one I wanna play for keeps. Tell me, is it alright? Can I get you for the night? So can I get next to you for a minute? Girl, I must admit, baby, you the shit. You always keep it lit. So can I get next to you for a minute? Oh, girl, I must admit, baby, you the shit. You always keep it lit. So can I get next to?
Hey everyone, it's Braisha Adams, and you are listening to the Midday Live Show with Steve Stylez, Jazzer Fierce, and Jarrell.
What's up, Chicago, worldwide? First, you got to turn your camera on, Steve. That's what you got to do first. What's up, Chicago? It's your boy, Steve Stylez. This is your weather report brought to you today by Young Street Gear. Gear for all types of weather, especially when you're living in a city like Chicago at Young Street Gear. Just Google it. All right, what's up, Chicago? It's currently 81 degrees in the beautiful city of Chicago. Sunny, partly cloudy, but tonight, nice cool lows with a low of 58 degrees. So be smooth, be cool, be safe out there. Big shout out to my Puerto Ricans, mis Boricuas out there. We got the Puerto Rican parade, festival, some birthday parties of some friends of mine this weekend. So you guys stay safe out there, stay caliente, and stay fly, because it's one of those Fly Day Fridays. Back to you guys, or back to us. We're in the studio now. I'm here.
Back to us. Hey.
What's up?
Yeah. You guys are listening to the Midday Live Show. We're back. Thank you for that weather update, Steve.
As usual.
I love that it's going to be somewhat warm-ish for the weekend.
Yes.
It's going to get warm.
Yes.
But then Tuesday, did you hear about what's going to happen on Tuesday?
Oh, no. I didn't go that far ahead. All I did was my 3-day. But judging by this cell phone. Oh.
Guys.
Whoa.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. So it's good. We're up and it's stuck. That's what's going to happen, guys. We got highs of 93 to 94 degrees this Tuesday.
I'm actually sick.
Yeah. Well, maybe. Well, you'll be in the office. I know I'll probably be here too. So thank goodness. Shout out to AC, air conditioning.
Yeah. At least we have AC. Yeah. But it's like when you go outside, it's going to be horrible.
Yeah, it is. But you got to prep. You got to prepare because, proper preparation prevents poor performance.
Oh, okay.
Stay with it with the 5 Ps. If you know, you know.
There we go. Yeah.
Good.
Okay. So I know we usually around this time we have, Jarrell's inspirational message, and then we go into my joke so I can lighten up the mood. But let's get my joke off now.
So it's a joke-spirational message?
A joke-spirational message. Okay. I like that. Okay.
Here we go.
So why was the coach yelling at a vending machine?
Okay. So I'm picturing a coach yelling at the vending machine.
Why was he yelling at the vending machine, guys?
I was going to say drop the pass, but, like drop the item.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's because they didn't drop the item.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that? Something like that? No?
So the coach was yelling at the vending machine.
Man. That's messed up. Why? What's wrong? Are you laughing?
It's just funny.
See, that's how you know it's good. If you're laughing at the joke before you even hit us with the joke.
The coach was laughing. I mean, not laughing.
Yeah.
I'm laughing.
Yeah, you're laughing.
Okay, let me get it together.
I'm a coach too. I coach swimming.
You do?
Yeah, but I don't yell at vending machines. Why? Because I bring my own food to work. That's what I do.
Okay. Get it together. Don't you hate when it's like somebody's trying to tell you a story and they keep like laughing in between?
Hey, get to the point already. What's going on here? Jarrell is that person who would have been here.
The funny part yet.
He'd have been like, where's the funny part?
Right. He would have been looking at me with a stale face. Like, I'm waiting. What's the funny part?
I like laughing, so I'm going to keep it going. We're goofing off.
Okay.
Sign me up.
I think I can do it this time. Okay. Without laughing. Guys, here is Jazz's joke of the day. I'm going to do it without laughing in between. The coach was yelling at the vending machine.
Okay.
Because he wanted his quarterback.
Oh my gosh.
But
whoa, that's a hard one. That's very funny. Very, very funny.
You see how Steve is over here like, yeah, that's very funny. So funny. I forgot to laugh on the outside. It was that funny.
It reminded me of like quarterback. Like whenever I hear quarterback, I don't think that all the shopping carts.
Yeah.
Is that weird?
Gotta get your quarterback.
Gotta get your quarterback. So I respect it. I respect it because I've caught myself and my mom, yelling at shopping carts at Aldi.
Hey, it be like that.
And then if you from Chicago, you always try to hook it so you can get the quarter out, and it never works.
I've never done that.
You've never done that?
No.
Man, I used to see that so many times when I'd go to the store with like my mom and like my sister. We were younger at the time, like 8, 9, and I'd always be trying to like flip it and trying to push the quarter out with something or try to connect it to something. And I'd see other kids do it too.
Y'all were trying to finesse.
These Northsiders. No one ever talks about us.
So y'all were trying to finesse Aldi.
I guess.
It's okay. I feel it. I do feel it. You got to get your quarterback, like the coach.
Just like the coach.
Got to get your quarterback.
Got to get it.
And that was Jazz's joke of the day. So now we have a special guest. I see him in the waiting room. He is backstage. He's ready. He just gave me the peace sign. He's ready. His name is Diallo Riddle. And he is an actor, he's a writer, he's a producer, he's a director, he's a showrunner, he's a DJ. The list literally goes on and on and on. You've seen him on Southside on HBO Max, which just got renewed for season 3. You've seen him on Marlon on NBC. And he has even won an NAACP Image Award. Crazy. Amazing. But I want you guys to help me give a warm welcome to Diallo Riddle on the Midday Live Show. Let's clap it up. Let's clap it up. Yeah.
Let's go.
Hey, how are you?
I was actually giving you the peace sign because that quarterback joke. I was like, okay, I'm out. Peace. But
oh no, I'm sorry.
I'm messing with you. That was a solid joke. That was a solid joke. I'm gonna
you.
tell that too. I got 3 sons. They have someone bought them these joke books which just have punchlines in it, and that's been interesting. That's been interesting to see what humor is like when you're 10 years old. So there you go.
Yeah, it's like I have the humor of about a 10, 11-year-old. Yeah.
I'm only a little. I'm like 14. I'm forever 14. Like the stuff, the movies that came out when I was like around 14, like those are still the funniest movies because that was when I was just like, so Pee Wee Herman, he is the GOAT of this comedy thing,
That's a throwback for sure.
It's a throwback. But it was the first Tim Burton film. It's pretty much the only Pee Wee movie that matters. Phil Hartman from Saturday Night Live was one of the co-writers. Like it's a fantastic movie. What's up, young man?
I see him. Right. I just want to make sure his mic's down.
He's like, hey, we talking about 10 years old.
Right.
He's like, I'm ready to go.
Let me talk. Hold on.
Well, he's 8. He'll be 9 in August. And
yes, Leo.
Proud to have him here.
Absolutely. Okay, so here's the question: is he Disney? Junior Disney, or is he Nickelodeon Junior?
Ooh, Nick.
Okay.
And we just did it.
That's what's up.
True. Yeah, he was talking about Invader Zim was like his favorite show. Danny Phantom. Oh yeah, he's Nickelodeon all the way.
Yeah, right.
He's
on,
up to
right
date.
On.
He is.
Our kids love all that stuff too. They liked Henry Danger and Danger Force, and I guess when they were a little younger, they liked Team Umizoomi. We were definitely a Nick Jr. family.
I remember Umizoomi.
Yeah, man, teaching them math.
And shapes. Yeah.
The shapes. This is not what we came here to talk about, but I can talk about this all day.
Hey, I could too. Don't get me started on SpongeBob because I'll go all day. All day. So anyway, Diallo, let's get into it. So let's start with, how did you know you wanted to, because you wear so many hats, acting, writing, directing, producing, DJing. Like, what was first? What came first?
Sounds like a schizophrenic person. Sounds like somebody who can't make up their mind about anything. What came first? I was talking to, this is going to sound name droppy, but I'm just going to tell the story. So I've known Lil Rel for a very long time. We were friends before, his whole thing blew up. We were literally hanging out yesterday, and he was like, what was the first thing you ever wrote? And I was like, you know what? First thing I ever wrote was The Real Book of Dinosaurs in kindergarten. Somehow I got in my head that if I copied my favorite lines out of every single dinosaur book that I had, and I put them down and sort of like aggregated them into one book, I would have the real Book of Dinosaurs. And my teachers were like really impressed by this. So I actually started writing in kindergarten. Like even in the 3rd grade, I remember I wrote a 50-page book, like just
Oh,
on an
wow.
old school typewriter called The Adventures of Royce Riddle. And it was the story of a black spy who was infiltrating the Nazis during World War II. Now, I don't know how a black man infiltrates the Nazis, but I didn't even address it. I didn't even address it in the book. Like, I love James Bond, and I had a fascination with World War II, probably based on Indiana Jones. And and I just wanted to have a guy with, who was black like me with my last name doing all the cool stuff that I saw these people doing. When I used to play with G.I. Joes, like, I probably played with them as G.I. Joes for like a year or two, but then like, and I probably played with action figures until I was 15, which tells you how my dating life was like. Because for real, like they weren't G.I. Joes, they were my actors. So I would do stories about Dracula. Like, I would set up these elaborate things and I would play the story out. And I'd even ask Mom not to, like, she'd be like, clean up this room. And I'd be like, no, Mom, it's in the middle of the story, okay? I need to sleep now, but let me finish this story tomorrow. So I think I've been telling stories since I could damn near walk.
Wow.
It's a talent.
It is. Yeah. A 50-page
And you know what's
book.
sad?
In kindergarten?
50-page book. And I'm really thinking to myself, I was like, I have these 3 boys now. They're 12, 10, and 5. And I'm like, I can't see any of them writing a 50-page book. Like, am I doing something wrong as a parent? Like, but you know what? I figured out that they channel their creativity in different ways. They do Roblox, they do Minecraft. There's like other ways for kids to express that. They don't have to, beg their parents to go to, AmVet because we were poor. Go to the thrift store and buy them a beat up typewriter and then load the paper in and all that kind of stuff. It's just it's just wild that nowadays kids have a different platform for their creativity. But that was, we didn't have personal computers. I feel like when I was. Actually, that's not true. We did. It was like one of those big bulky things with like I think it was an Apple IIe or something like that. But you couldn't do anything on it. You know what I mean? Like you could maybe play Zork or something like that.
Zork. I haven't heard of that one.
And I think that's the name of it. It was like an old role playing game. They actually mentioned it on Stranger Things. I'm the age of the Stranger Things kids. I'm an 80s
Oh
kid.
yeah, I love Stranger Things and the storyline for one, amazing. But I love the soundtrack. I've always loved 80s music for some reason.
Yeah, I love the soundtrack. I'll tell you, at this point, I'm so much a fan of Stranger Things. I don't even really like them to leave Hawkins. Like, no spoilers. I won't talk about the current season, but like my favorite scenes are always when you got Dustin and Lucas and all the kids in Hawkins just doing stuff. You don't even have to bring me monsters anymore. I would literally just watch these kids go about their high school lives. Like, anytime they get into the Russians and stuff, I'm like, yeah, but who's got a crush on who? Like that's, I'm on board.
Let's get to the important
roller
stuff.
skating rink. Yeah, let's get to the important stuff. Who's getting bullied at the roller skating rink this week? Like that's all I care about.
I love that. Yeah, Stranger Things has been amazing. But let's get back to you.
Okay. I don't like talking about people. Go ahead.
What do you? Well, no. Let me not even get there yet. What inspired you to get into writing? Like, was it just like the 50-page when we were in kindergarten? Were you just like, oh,
no, that's a good point. That's a very good point. I see where you're going with this. Like, when I was really young, I was always telling stories. As I got older, because I was writing a lot, I got good grades. Because I got good grades, people were like, oh, you gonna make it somewhere in life. Like you get that speech from your community. And then at some point, like I made it to Harvard. They're like, oh, he made it into Harvard. He's going to make $1 million. And it was while I was at Harvard, I was like, holy smokes, I don't know what I want to do. Like at that time, I was like writing a lot of nonfiction, because I thought, interest in World War II and archaeology. And by that point, I'd gotten into trans-Saharan trade and African history. I thought I was going to be like a serious writer or something like that. Wrote a lot of stuff for the Kennedy School of Politics, but at some point it made this transition where I was like, you know what? I don't think that's me. I don't think that's what I'm going to do. At the same time, my buddy Bashir, we'd become friends at Harvard in a singing group because, he liked to sing, I liked to sing. We were in this big gospel choir. And,
okay. Another one added to the list.
Nah, no, that list is long enough. I'm going to take some things off that list. I was actually DJing last night and I was like, I still love this, but like, this might have to come off the bio for a little bit because unless I'm doing like something like a couple of years ago, I did like a music festival. That was insane. There were like 10,000 people jumping to the Music of Sherman showcase, which is one of our other shows. Now I'm taking some things off that list, but long story short is that I had gotten away from writing and had thought I'd do a million other things to sort of satisfy the expectations of others. Like again, I'd been considered, smart in school. So I felt like I needed to be a stockbroker or a finance guy or an investment banker, like something that would make me rich. Because again, when you come from a working class community, the metric that they measure success by is how much money you have. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody has money. And I made a switch. I went to my parents. I was like, you know what? I don't think I'm supposed to be in finance. I don't think I'm supposed to be the funniest guy at the law firm. I was like, I think I'm a creative. I think I'm supposed to be going out here, doing this. And to my parents, credit, they were like, yes, go off and do that. Do whatever makes you happy. So I got out of the track that I had been on pretty much since like middle school and got back into the arts. And that was when I got back into writing. Me and Bashir started writing. We started writing sketch shows. Our sketch show blew up. Our first sketch show, I think back on that cast, nobody had done anything. Nobody was famous, but we were a beast. It was me and Bashir, Robin Thede, Wyatt Cenac, and Nefertari Spencer, who plays Keisha on Southside. Like, that was a beast of a show. And we knew right away, we were like, oh, we're good at this. And then obviously Wyatt went off and did the Daily Show. And we always knew Robin was going to be a star. She's been bubbling forever. It's just, it was a long path back to where I actually started. But, if I hadn't done it, I might have sat around the rest of my life thinking like, oh, what if I should have just gone into stocks and bonds or something like that? I'll never have that, thought again, because I know I ended up where I needed to be.
Yeah. When you know. That creative thing is like you could feel.
But I wish I had known earlier.
Blood.
I wish I had known earlier. You know what I mean? Like, somebody asked me the other day, like, oh, I heard you. I was roommates with Ryan Leslie at Harvard.
What?
Yeah. It was me, Bashir, Ryan Leslie, and a dude named Mark. And by the way, Mark is the only guy who actually went into stocks and bonds. So that's ironic. But Ryan knew freshman week. He was like, I want to be a hip hop and R&B producer. Like, and I remember there were times when I was like, yo, you don't want to do this other thing or do this? He's like, nope, I want to be a hip hop and R&B producer. He just knew from the time he showed up on that campus what he wanted to do, and he did it. And to a certain extent, I'm jealous, because if I had known back then what I wanted to do, I could have been planting seeds a long time ago. But you know what? Like I said, it's about the journey.
Exactly. And you're here now.
And I'm here now.
Exactly.
Yeah. And speaking about the journey, can you describe the moment and how it felt when you saw yourself mentioned on Jeopardy?
Man, I'm telling you, it's the small things that get you really hyped. I was actually in Vegas with my family. Like, we're so busy nowadays, we can't always take family time for granted. So I took the kids. My son had a basketball tournament in Vegas, so we were like, hey, let's just take the whole family. Let's all just hang out there for a few days. So I'm sitting in like one of these loud casinos, like, trying to, wave the secondhand smoke out of my child's face. And I got a text from my sister, who never misses an episode of Jeopardy. She's like, y'all, we're just on Jeopardy. Oh my God. Like, to me, like, that was huge. And shout out to Sasha Fierce for giving us one of the best TV theme songs in history. Like, I once said that the only theme song that may go harder than the Southside theme song is the theme song to Family Ties. That's about it. Like, it's us and Family Ties for the hardest, or maybe the Golden Girls too, because that's a classic track.
Yeah.
But like, Southside got one of the best TV show anthems of all time. And I don't make any money off of this, so don't take it the wrong way. It's available on iTunes. Go give Sasha some love, or stream it on Spotify, because I mix that song in my set sometimes. People are like, I love that song. And I love the fact that we were on Jeopardy. It was funny because nobody got the answer. Like, we were I guess they asked the answer, you do the question. Like, technically nobody got the thing right, but the host, Maya Bialik, was like, the answer is Southside. And I was like, oh, Maya was a fan. She watches the show.
What a feeling.
I love that, right?
Yeah, man. I mean, for me, it's the real small things. I remember when I first ended up on Marlon, with Marlon Wayans playing his best friend.
Wow.
Like, I'll say that's really a gig that changed my life, because it went from like, every now and then someone being like, oh, I saw you on Curb Your Enthusiasm for Silicon Valley. After Marlon, like, cats would be like, I was at an airport in Brazil where they have Netflix, and Marlon's on Netflix. That's where most people have seen it. I was getting my bags at Rio de Janeiro baggage claim, and a dude came up with his family. He was like, Stevie, hey, take a picture with my family. Like, I was just like, oh, this is crazy. So, like, shout out to Marlon Wayans. Wow. He's really the nicest nicest person I've ever met in this business. Like it's dumb how nice and generous he is to his family and to his friends. I think that's a function of coming up in a big family, is that nobody lets you get that crazy ego or like become a weirdo. Like, you know, you got a lot of people to hold you down. And I had never met Marlon in my life until my audition. But I knew that audition went well because by the end I had him laughing, I had the producers laughing over here, and it really is one of the best things I've ever been involved in. I would love to. Here's a little bit of news. I am working with Marlon right now on a new show that me and him could collaborate on. And when that gets a little further down the way, I'll be happy to announce that. But, you know, exclusive.
Awesome.
You heard it first.
Okay.
You heard
Holiday
it first.
season.
We're the air siren. Exactly. That'll do.
Absolutely. And then my final question, can you tell our listeners the importance of leveling up? Meaning you're only as good as the 5 people around you. How do you go about and stress the importance of being around people who are like-minded and also want to be productive in their life?
I mean, here's the deal. You are, to a certain extent, the people that you hang out with. So, you know, I hate to put it this way, but if you're trying to get messed up and drunk every day, you'll probably end up with people trying to do that. In my case, it was always a matter of surrounding myself with people who also wanted the things that I want. So when people ask me, oh, how do I break in the show business? I'm like, you can start shooting something today. And that would be my suggestion, is just to, you know, write what you wish somebody else had written, do the acting that you wish somebody else was doing. You know what I'm saying? I'll never forget a long time ago, Snoop was like, I make the songs that I want to drive around and ride to that aren't out there yet. And I think that's the best attitude to take to the creation of new content, is that just create what you wish was out there. You know what I mean? Because there are probably more people like you wanting some of those things, and surround yourself. I mean, like, everybody's got a studio, you know, a movie studio in their pocket right now. Your phone can do amazing things. There are apps. I would just say, so even if it's just 5 pages, you know, which basically translates to a minute a page, so a 5-minute short. You know, you don't try and write a 120-page Marvel movie. I mean, like, you know, unless that's what's really in your heart right now, but you'll never really be able to shoot that. What I'm suggesting is write something smaller that maybe you can shoot in someone's house or outside or something where you can shoot it convincingly. Write it, or get your friend who you think is a good writer to write it. Get your friends who are interested in acting to act in it. Like, put it together yourself and just keep doing it. It's the same way as going to the gym. You got to get those reps in. Every time you do it, you'll figure out something else. You might decide, you know what, I'm not a writer, I'm a director. I'm not a director, I'm an actor. And you might decide you're good at all 3. God bless you. You know, but at the same time, just by doing it, you're improving and getting ready for that time when someone will actually say, here's some money, go do something for real.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I think that's the best way to do it. I mean, everybody can go to film school starting today if that's really what's in your heart. Just, you know, pursue it and don't ever look back. Can I say one thing, though? I just want to give a big shout out to the city of Chicago. I'm so happy that we're coming back to shoot season 3 of this amazing show. If you haven't watched it, watch it. I always say we haven't lost a fan. You know, like, I feel like everybody who watches even the first episode sticks around and watches all of them. Some people watch it on a weekend. The city means so much to us. We're coming out there this summer. We're going to be shooting all around the city once again. You know, if you see the RTO truck,
you guys out here.
If you see us on the street, just, you know, say what's up. You know what I mean? By the way, the city of Chicago, not shy. People come up to us all the time like, hey, man, this scene is working, but you know what it needs a little bit of? What you need to do is move the camera over here. Like, I'm like, all right, man. People will always give you their opinion on when they see you on the street, but we love it, man. I mean, like, seriously, I cannot wait to get back out to Chicago in the next few weeks and just start filming again.
You're more than welcome to join us here in the studio.
Yeah, we're here. We're downtown Chicago.
Hey, hit me up. I think I'm staying in the Loop or something. So
perfect.
You know,
wow.
I'll be around.
It's right there.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. My last question was going to be if you could tell us anything about season 3 of Southside.
Please.
Any little tidbits.
Little something.
I want to be like, everybody dies. Not a
spoiler alert.
Don't get attached to anybody this season. No, you know what?
Out.
Let me see. Is there something I could say? You know, I should have thought of this in advance, but right now I would say that there's nothing I want to give away because we do have like some big surprises coming up, but they're all worth they're all worth sharing them maybe a little bit closer to. Right now, we don't know exactly when the new season is going to drop. We know that we shoot it this summer. I think it's going to come out in November.
Awesome. Okay.
Right.
November.
On HBO Max. So keep that password tight.
Okay. Don't be giving it out to nobody.
Don't be giving it out to everybody and lose your subscription.
Because it happens. It really does. So before you go, definitely thank you again for joining us. We really appreciate your time, and you dropped some real gems today. We're feeling the vibes. The energy is great. Definitely tell our audience where they can follow you and where they can check out your current projects that are out now.
No problem. Follow me at Diallo, Diallo. And that's on Instagram, that's on Twitter. And you'll find out about not just all the projects that I personally have coming forward, but you'll sort of see like what's inspiring, some of the jokes on Southside, some of the jokes on Sherman Showcase, which is our Hulu show. Check that out if you haven't. We've got John Legend, Big Mensa, a whole bunch of people. And we'll be around. So just follow me at Diallo.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. Right. We gotta clap.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. We'll definitely be
Appreciate
in touch.
It, Midday Live. Thank you for having me.
Yes.
Thank you. Have a good one, Diallo. We'll talk soon.
Take care.
You too. Woo!
Man. Headphones off. Insert, that funny music. But wow, this was heaven sent. We are very blessed. We're very lucky to have quite the guest on. Plus, we got another one coming up too. Mr. Albert is already in the waiting room, but I don't know if we're going to take a break or if we're going to try to get our bearings together. But that was amazing. If you guys were listening, watching, please tell me you took notes.
Please tell me you did, especially if you're interested in like TV and film and media. Like, he was letting you know the real.
Yeah. In little itty bitty story format.
Yes.
So you know what? If you guys hit the like button, we really appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. Yes, we will be right back with another short discussion. Then we will have our second interview, great interview of the day with Albert Lawrence. So make sure you don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Hey everyone, it's Braisha Adams, and you are listening to the Midday Live Show with Steve Stylez, Jazzer Fierce, and Jarrell.
Okay. Period.
It's a vibe.
I tried, Steve Stylez, everybody know, if you're a fan of the show, Steve Stylez is the graphic king over here for our whole show. He does the flyers, he does the videos, pretty much. Yeah, as I said, all things graphic, that's him. But I did that one because I was like, you know what, let me help him out because he has a lot on his plate. So I'm like, teamwork makes the dream work. I'm gonna try.
Yes.
It's not Steve Stylez quality. Nowhere near.
No, it's just as good. It's just as good, if not better.
No. Let me show you something. Let me show y'all something.
What's up, guys? It's the nastiest DJ in Chicago, DJ Spoiled Milk, and you're listening to the one and only Midday Live Show with Steve Stylez, Jazzer Fierce, and my boy Jarrell. Happy Friday. Thank God it's Friday.
Thank God it's Friday.
I'm just saying, that's Steve Stylez quality right there.
Appreciate it. If you guys are curious yourself, you can check me out on Instagram at Steve_Stylez with a Z _ again. But we're in the Midday Live Show. That's more important. We're here to give you guys great information, great guests, controversial conversations, and all that and above. From A to Zinc, we're here.
A to Zinc.
I don't know. I think, isn't there like a multivitamin that's going to slap us with something? They're like, hey, what are you doing?
No, you can't be talking about our stuff now.
Right? Unless they're paying.
Listen, but what we can talk about before we get into our next interview, the iPhone has a new update.
Okay.
And people have been talking about this all week. So apparently within like a 15-minute period, if you have your iMessage on, you can either edit or unsend
within
a message.
15 minutes.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
It has to be within 15 minutes.
And that's the update, right? I didn't get it yet.
I didn't either.
I didn't update.
How do you feel about that, though?
I haven't
People being
updated
able
my
to do
phone
that?
since COVID.
Dang.
I just let it sit. You know, I don't know. I'm too paranoid about, malware and stuff. But they say iPhones are pretty secure. But who is they? Who is what? I don't know what I'm saying right now.
Listen,
yeah, but
I actually just updated my phone last night. I don't think I have the new thing.
Yeah.
But because it was like an old update, because I hadn't updated mine in like a year.
Okay, you have to update again, I think, right?
Yeah.
Get out of here. It's like layers on layers.
Yeah.
So with this, like I posted a few days ago when it came out, I said, hey, the people who drunk text, they're going to be thankful. They're going to be so happy. They're going to be ecstatic because this is the savior they've been waiting for. Now, it depends, though, because that 15-minute time limit, they're probably still trash,
Right.
If they're drunk texting late at night, 2 a.m. texts are no good, just trouble. They all start with the letter T, but
trouble. Texting.
Crazy. I don't know. I'm still, kind of, just getting over the guest we just had, Diallo was amazing. We learned so much.
We did.
I can't believe it.
It's amazing. Man, we're blessed. That's all we can really say, you guys. We're really blessed. And thank you to all the new viewers we have today. I see you. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you. And we hope you come back. We're live every Friday from 12 to 2 right here on YouTube. And we're also live on Facebook and Twitter sometimes as well.
Mm-hmm.
I've noticed that I haven't done my accent in a while.
And what happened?
It's sad.
Yeah, it's sad. So bring it back. Bring it back.
No.
Jazz from across the pond.
From across the pond.
Across the
I
pond.
like that.
Yeah.
But I haven't had any tea today.
No tea?
But the thing about it is, I don't like tea very much.
Coffee?
I love coffee.
Coffee.
Love. With a little hazelnut.
Oh, yeah. Hazelnut's that stuff. I was about to drop the S-bomb real quick.
Not next to Leo.
No way. Impossible. Leo, can we get you to say a few words for us on the mic?
Yeah. Do you have a fact? A random fact for us?
Do you have a random fact for us? Okay.
Let me see.
Remote. Many toys, cars, and helicopters and planes can now be controlled with smartphones.
So many toys, helicopters and stuff like that, like there can be controlled by smartphones as opposed to regular controllers.
Yes, and here's the final one fact: in a Florida, USA school, kids don't pay cash for lunch. Each kid waves his hand over a sensor that detects a unique vein pattern that builds that kid's account.
What? So they don't do the microchip yet, but what they do is they differentiate between because of your circulatory system. That's crazy.
Future.
So here, my question to that is, like, if they can differentiate your veins from the veiny person next to you, how do they get that info to begin with? You have to initially go there, get radiation, get scanned, get an X-ray. Then they're gonna have you on file, be like, hey, here are Timmy's veins, here's Jessica's veins, and so forth. No,
I don't like that.
I don't like that.
That's kind of very scary and invasive.
Borderline.
I mean,
yeah,
it's the future. Am I right?
Utopia.
Ooh. I don't like that.
No, we're getting super off topic today.
I know.
I love it.
Yeah, it's like we got tons to talk about. Things just come up. And I mean, Leo with his facts. I mean,
always. He's off the wall. Just like, the apple does not fall far from the tree. Definitely.
This is very true. He is your son.
When we ran into our bosses on the side, we went into Jason real quick. They had a WGCI studio that was open. Nobody was in there. And so they said, hey, Leo, why don't you just get in there, go get in that studio, push it open, check it out. He's like, all right. And Angie's like, hey, press all the buttons too, mess it up, because it's not their studio.
Right. So they were like,
so he's going in there, buck wild. He's like, whoosh, push that door open. Ryan's in there. He's like, whoa. I'm like, Ryan, why are the lights off?
Right? You're just chilling in the dark.
Just chilling in the dark. And it was like, hey, I'm up next. Give me a mic. I'm like, yo. What? The deadliest potato?
In the world. Non-poison, but weapon.
Non-poison deadly potato.
Yes.
No.
Not a deadly potato.
No.
That makes me really sad. I love potatoes. That's like one of my favorite things in the world.
Mashed potatoes for me.
French fries for me.
French fries for you.
And destroyed all of the potatoes.
Excellent. Well, we appreciate all the fun facts.
Thank you, Leo.
Thank you so much. No response.
He's like, anywho, yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, for sure. Well, appreciate it, guys. We got another great guest coming up for us. Very, very talented individual himself. Hold on, Leo. We got a guest coming on the show, so it's time for you to tone it down. All right.
Okay.
You know, I love him to death, but discipline is discipline. Exactly. Well, without further ado, let me introduce our next guest. Okay.
Please do.
And the computer freezes. Okay. We have a content creator, a talker similar to you and I, someone who is very talented in the broadcast industry, on air for CBS Innovation TV, IMDb, Amazon Live, Warner Brothers TV, and he's repped. Big shout out to the agencies out there that are taking care of this man. Albert Talks on Instagram, but we call him Albert Lawrence, here live on the Midday Live Show.
Yeah. Clap it up, clap it up.
We here.
Hey, how are you?
Yo, y'all, happy Friday. Good grief. It's really a blast to be here with you. What up, Jazz? What up, Steve?
Hey.
Greetings, Leo. And greetings to everybody who's tuning on in right now. Yeah, no, it's just fantastic to be able to just listen to your show so far today and to just hear the energy that y'all are infusing into this morning. I think we can all use as much positive energy, as much of that good nature, good charm as possible. So thank you for really, really using your platform to do something that just feels good.
Listen, okay, it's too early in the day to be crying, Albert. Okay, it's too early. I usually try to get in my feelings late at night. Okay? But thank you so much. Wow, that means a lot to us. Seriously, thank you.
For sure. Thank you. And by the way, I did want to weigh in as well. The poll that you had before with those Nicktoons, that kind of throwback essence. This is how I start to know that I'm getting older, is when I looked at 75% of them joints on there and I was like, hold on, I haven't really watched this one. What's this one? What's that one? I was at the Doug, the Rugrats. I didn't see Ren and Stimpy on there, but I was of that era. And then when Real Monsters and Cat Dog and Hey Arnold and all of them started.
Love Cat Dog.
Started to come out. So it's fantastic and hilarious to see how many of those shows, we're in a time of reboots and of remakes and everything. So it's funny, and I'm curious to see how many of those are going to start popping back up and be the next big thing all over again.
I feel like it's going to be pretty much all of them at some point. At some point, they're rebooting and reviving things every day, it seems like.
Word.
Especially Rugrats, the new Rugrats. I haven't seen that one yet. Have you seen that one?
No, I haven't. And but it's funny because she's gonna text me after this. But I was talking with my girl the other day, and she had her she was doing her hair in the mirror, doing a fro kind of situation, and she had separated it into one up here and one here, and all of this just.
I know what you about to say.
I was like, yo, hey, you look like Angelica's doll. Do y'all remember Angelica's doll?
Yes.
Not the best. Not the best looking.
Cynthia.
There we go.
Yeah.
Patches.
I was like, what did she do to that doll? What did she do?
That
she had
happens
to
when
been
you're her
terrorizing
friend.
her.
When that's your friend. Yeah, that's what happened. She's toxic. She's being demonstrative. Yeah.
Keyword monster.
Ooh. Bingo. Yeah.
There you go. Okay, Albert, let's get into it. So take us back to the start of your journey in media, up to now with IMDb and Amazon and Talk of Fame, all of that.
Yeah. No, thank you. Also real quick, I see my cousin, speaking of taking you back to the start, family is where everything starts. So my cousin is tuning in right now, Player One podcast. Thank you for joining me, bro. But with family, I grew up in Virginia, Alexandria, Virginia, right outside of DC. And my dad is a preacher and my mom works in social work. So as an only child, I always reveled the opportunity to just be around people. And I think that a lot of that came from the fact that my parents have really dedicated their careers, their lives, to helping people. And whether that's, through their actual jobs, or that's just through who they are and the roles that they play in our larger family. So for example, my dad is the cook. My dad isn't just the cook for my mom and me, but my dad, like if we get together, if there's a big family reunion, if there's a gathering, we always know that my dad is going to be frying some fish on the grill, making some chicken. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's funny. It's like this is time. So Yolanda Earl Thompson, whose graphic he just put up there that said Alexandria VA in the house. That's my sister, y'all. Like growing up in Virginia.
Yes.
So shout out to Yolanda, aka Bunny. Her dad was my pastor. So my dad was a preacher. My dad's a preacher. And so my dad worked with her dad. And so we got a chance just through like youth group and whatnot to just like share and to always be putting good spirits out there. And so when you talk about media, when you talk about entertainment, I can't tell that story of mine without talking about, being in church plays, being in plays at school, like working on the morning news show at our high school, Mount Vernon High School. But aside from all of that, like with Yolanda and with other friends of mine that I grew up with, we would just take, and this is before the cell phones had good video, y'all, but like we would just take cameras and just go on out and just shoot funny, weird music videos, whatever. Like I remember we would be driving or like riding in DC and we would stop at late night, we'd be at a stoplight, and all of a sudden like Bunny would turn the music up, we would all jump out the car and just like start dancing in the headlights, just
yes,
yourself, And so what I really learned and picked up from that time is like, you've got, and I think that Diallo mentioned this too, like the Snoop Dogg quote about like making stuff that you would actually want to listen to. Like for me, if you're going to put any media out there, if you're going to share something with other people, make sure that it actually makes you feel something too, right? So like sometimes you just gotta create a personal party for yourself. And as an only child, that's something that I have to continue to remember, that it's not always about the performing for others. Like you've also really got to make sure that you're feeling good about yourself, that you are feeling good about what you're infusing and putting out there into the world. So after graduating high school, I ended up going to Yale University. And in fact, I just went back for my 15-year anniversary, y'all. What's it called? Reunion. Thank you. That word right there, Jazz. So I just we just went back for the 15-year reunion, and that was just such an amazing time to think about the beginning of it all, and to think about like I was doing theater there, but then I also joined the radio station there, and I would create entertainment content there. But I think that the thing that really helped to set me off into the next space was we had a small television station there called YTV, Yale TV. And during my freshman year, I remember going into a dorm room for, one of those first parties. And I was looking around the dorm room and I was like, yo, like this space is so different. It's so eclectic because you've got people who have randomly been placed together from all different sides of the world. And now they're going to be living together. So it reminded me a little bit of the real world. And I looked, and at the time, I loved MTV Cribs. So I was like, yo, what if we did a college version of Cribs and we called it Sweet Suites, because we called our dorm rooms suites. So I was like, call it Sweet Suites. And every episode, I can go meet in a different dorm room and interview the people who live there, and we can see how their different styles have all come together in order to create this one super duper eclectic spot. Right. And so I took that concept and I went and I just like started going into different people's dorm rooms, and like so somebody would be from Chicago and somebody would be from Ghana and then somebody else would be from Orlando, and you would see that they were bringing their own taste, they were bringing their own flair into this one space. And when I made the show, I didn't really, I wasn't necessarily thinking about, and this is a very communal thing, this is something that helps us to see how similar we are but also celebrates our differences. I was just curious. Like I was just making stuff because I was a little nosy, and I was like, what that dorm room look like today?
Right.
Like?
Let me see.
Let me see if I come with the candle, you open up the door, And so, but what ended up happening with that though, Steve and Jazz, is that when I took that footage, I took that show that we made, and I sent it as a part of an application for an internship out here in LA. I'd never been to LA before. And in fact, I'd never been out of the country, never been like really off of the East Coast for the most part growing up. But I submitted that tape to the Emmys, this organization called the Television Academy, and they're the ones who put on the Emmys. And so they have this terrific internship program. By the way, y'all, if you're listening out there, if you know any people in college, if you know any young people who are looking to try to break into the industry, that internship program is the truth. Look it up, the Television Academy Foundation. Because what happened was I submitted that video to them. They ended up granting me an internship. They placed me at a station called Fox Reality Channel. And at Fox Reality, I got hooked up with just getting a chance to learn so much about how the industry works and getting hands-on access. And then as a part of that, you're a part of an internship class. And so you get a chance to meet all these other people who have skills in different areas. And one of my great friends today is still someone who I met through that internship program several years ago. So y'all, the internships are a wonderful way to get on in. And so after that internship program, I'll speed it up for y'all. I ended up after graduation, came back to LA and worked at Fox. And then I started a YouTube channel and started hustling, getting interviews on the red carpet. We can get into that maybe a little bit more later, but hustling, getting interviews on the red carpet. Then that ended up leading me to Warner Brothers. And at Warner Bros, I ended up doing a bunch of social media stuff, but also I ended up being their Comic-Con host for a bunch of their content. But have either of you been to Comic-Con? Have y'all been to San Diego Comic-Con or even a Chicago?
No, I want to go so bad though. I have not been.
You got to go. Steve, you ain't been either?
No, but I'm familiar.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well look, Leo, if you can hear me, try to make sure that your dad takes you to a Comic-Con, one of those conventions, because y'all will get a chance to get dressed up. You will see the craziest stuff, but you will also just see people who are passionate, who are enthusiastic about a thing. And so even if you're not the biggest fan of Star Wars or Star Trek or this comic book series, just the energy that you get a chance to drink in because of these people who care enough to camp out, it feels amazing. And so I got a chance when I would do the Comic-Con stuff, I interviewed who did I interview back then? Probably Ryan Reynolds and J.J. Abrams, different people like that in the Game of Thrones cast, and then the Lord of the Rings people, and then the Superman people. And so every year I would go, they let me interview more and more people. And eventually I ended up leaving Warner Brothers, heading on over to ABC, where I worked in news out here. And then after ABC, I moved on over to a show on CBS called Innovation Nation. And y'all, Innovation Nation, life changer, game changer for me. Really touching, because on that show, we get a chance to just travel around the nation and meet people who've invented just dope stuff. And I'm not talking about necessarily the major corporations. I'm talking about moms and pops and kids and people who just saw a problem in front of them and they were you know what? There's gotta be a better way. There's gotta be an easier way to do this thing. And so they invent these items, they invent these products, and we get a chance to go and play with the items, play with the devices, and get their stories. And so that's been a really, really meaningful thing that I get a chance to do. Yeah. And there's some other stuff, but yeah, it's cool.
I was a lot of stuff. Man, you have done so much. If you guys have not checked out his Instagram or his website, definitely check that out at Albert Talks.
Thanks,
so,
Jen.
Of course, what is I know you've had so many memorable moments on the red carpet, as you were just mentioning, but what is something that really stood out to you that still sits with you to this day?
Yeah, it's funny because as both of you know, because you were such professionals in this format of being able to interview people, through a screen. But so many of us that were doing red carpet things before, we had to pivot during the pandemic and figure out how in the world do you still communicate with people through a computer, through a Zoom sort of interface, and still get the energy and still somehow get the timing right. So there was a lot of pivoting that happened during that time. But before the pandemic, there were so many fun times on the carpet, whether there was one time we got a chance to go back into P. Diddy's dressing room back during the days of Making the Band. And
oh wow, not Making the Band.
Come on, did the names Danity Kane, did the names J26, did any of that mean anything to you? If you are, then we are like-minded folks. So back then I hustled y'all and got to New York and got a chance to get back there. And then I ended up like singing with Day 26, and then it was a whole situation. But the story that I'm going to tell y'all today is not about that. Like, I'm not going to tell you about like a highlight of like, oh, like I got a chance to meet this person I'd always wanted to talk to, because there are those kind of moments. But instead, I'm going to share with you a story about like a time when I just basically flat out fell on my face on a red carpet, because I feel like sometimes we can learn more from hearing about, you know, the failures to a degree than just the victories. So to make sure that I don't make this person look bad, I'm not going to say the name of the person who I was interviewing, but I'm going to set it up. So I was in New York at the Tribeca Film Festival, which I think is actually like happening right now this year. This was some years back. And the client that I was working for was this movie theater chain. And they wanted me to interview people who were coming down the carpet and like ask them about movie theater stuff, right? Like, what's your favorite movie theater snack? Like, what's your favorite thing about a movie theater? So like, I'm doing that. Like, I'm just firing off, and I'm like loving it. I'm like in my element and my vibe. Like, Jamie Lee Curtis comes down, and like different celebrities come down. We're just having a great time. Well, it comes time for this one A-list actor to come down the carpet, and like he doesn't have a lot of time. And so his publicist comes to me and says, "Hey man, you only got one question. It's time for one question." And I'm thinking, okay, one question. And I look and I see that my boss from the movie theater train is like, "Yo, if you only get one question, you know the question you got to ask him. You got to ask him this movie theater question." And I was like, okay. And I was feeling a little nervous because the movie that he was there to promote was like this serious documentary about a wartime photographer. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, how do I ask him about a movie theater snack?
Right.
And I'm like, look, you got to do your job. So he comes up, and here's what I said. I said, I'm going to call him X. I said, X, congratulations on this incredible feat that you've done with this very intimate portrayal of a wartime photographer. And I said, you know, this is the kind of movie that people love to watch in a community. People come to the movie theater in order to watch things like this in a moving way. And he's like, yes. And I said, so when you come to the movie theater to watch things in a moving communal way, what is your favorite snack to eat? And he looked at me and he's like, are you serious? And I said, yeah, like, what's your favorite snack to eat? And he goes, this is the question that you're asking me. And I said, well, yeah, like I was told that I only get one question with you. And he goes, and this is the question that you choose to ask? And I'm like, oh, sorry, but like,
right.
So then he leaves the interview and we don't get an answer. Like, bro could have just said popcorn or like Skittles or like I put Milk Duds, and like he could have said any of that, but instead he didn't, and he walked away. And so because of that, at that moment I felt like this small. I felt this small, you know. And it's like, it's not the question that I, you know, necessarily wanted to ask, but like it's the job I was there to do. And so I remembered that moment, and it was really humbling for me. But at the same time, like I as soon as it ended, I laughed. Like I turned to my boss, and like we all laughed because they were like, "Look, man, you gave that your best try. You tried your best to connect what he was actually there for to the thing that you needed to get from him. And sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. But the thing is, you got to brush it off and then you just keep on moving. And I'm telling you, Jazz and Steve, one day." I know this. I'm going to be having an interview with this actor again, and I'm going to have a great interview with him. And then at the end of the interview, I'm going to be like, "Yo, by the way, I was the dude that asked you about your favorite movie theater snack when you were trying to promote this serious documentary, and we're going to have a laugh about it." But this is how it works.
Wow. And as you said, it's like you can learn from, you know, failures or, you know, mistakes, whatever. Like mistakes make you better. All you can do is learn from them and, you know, laugh about it eventually. Eventually it's going to be funny, you know. Eventually.
Because they said the comedy is drama plus time, right? So you take the tragedy, you take the drama, you add some time to it, and then you get a chance to look back and reflect and think, oh, that was silly. That was
I mean, hey, it'd be like that.
Right, it'd be like that.
It'd be like that. Steve?
Absolutely. Thank you for joining us too on the show. First off,
sure, so glad to be here, Steve.
So being in broadcast, We have a lot of entrepreneurs that listen to us. A lot of up next, we'll say, talent that's up next, looking for ways to learn.
Yeah.
What is an air check? How can you make one?
What is an air check and how do you make one? Okay, so it's funny. For me, the creation of an air check kind of came in like a backdoor sort of way. So both of you can correct me if my definition of my explanation is a little off. But for me, like an air check is basically like a demo. So this is what I use in order to, especially when I was looking for my first jobs and sometimes even now still with other ones, like where I'll do a sample. So I'll pretend as though I'm already hosting the show that I want to host. So you're basically almost kind of manifesting in the making of this. But you go ahead, you write your script, you act as though you are already on television. You can deliver like your one story right there, right? And then you go ahead, you cut that down, you edit it, you put a beautiful sort of like intro on it, perhaps a label, and then you can go ahead and you can send that off. And you can send that off to potential employers. You can send that off to radio stations, TV stations. Nowadays, so many different content creators. So like you can send things out just in order to show people what you have the capacity to do before you're even getting a chance to be paid for it. So it's just you showing off what you can do. Now, is that the kind of air check that you thought I was going to talk about, Steve?
Yeah, thorough.
Sweet. Yeah, I can't emphasize the importance of just making this stuff, just like Diallo was talking about. Make things before somebody has paid you to do it necessarily. Because when it's just you making it, you don't even have the pressure of having to make sure that it's perfect, because this is you. Like, this is you doing you. This is you getting those reps in. This is you getting a chance to just explore and to play. Because if we wanted to do something that was like just all about the money, there are so many other careers that you could go into that are probably going to yield more money in a like more consistent way. So if you're going to choose to do something in media, if you're going to choose to do something in entertainment and reporting and journalism, then like try to have some fun with it, because the money might not come right away. So like in the meantime, have a good time doing it, because you're going to spend more time hustling and putting this stuff together than you actually spend on air anyway. It takes, like, for example, with you, Steve and Jazz, I'm sure that it takes y'all like so much time just to prep for the Midday Live show, right? And so like basically, how much prep time do y'all put in before you jump into an episode?
I got a great answer.
Take it away.
The show's on Friday, right? We start prep on Monday. The end.
Yes. You are absolutely right.
See, like the thing is, like, because y'all are good at what you do, you make it look as though you just rolled out of bed. You're like, okay, cool, we just gonna talk. But there's so exactly. But look, Beyonce was like, she wasn't telling you didn't just wake up like this. Like, you put in some work in order to get to this point. And so thinking about all the work that you're going to need to put into actually making a thing, try to make a thing that you actually care about, and it's going to make that work feel at least a little bit more seamless than if you hate what you're doing, but you've got to put the work in anyway.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right. Got to clap it up for that. Got to clap it up for that answer.
Thorough.
Albert has been very thorough today. Like, if you guys have not been taking notes and you want to be in media, you're asleep right now. You're asleep. You're asleep, and I need you to wake up.
Yo, you know what? I got one more thing that I was thinking about for y'all.
Sure.
Like, I often think about the importance of being resourceful, because being someone who, I don't come from a family with a whole bunch of media people all in there. So we didn't necessarily have a bunch of connects and whatnot. So I had to, like, you take the blessings that you do have and you figure out, how do I take this and mold this into what I want the next step of the journey to be, right? Well, one of the other things that I think about, not just in terms of being resourceful now, and I would say this to anyone who's looking to get into the industry, the entertainment industry, or even honestly, if you just want to like try to put some good karma out there in life, here's what I'm thinking. And I say this because I've seen the benefits of this. Y'all, when you go to a party, do not ignore the caterers, do not ignore the bartenders. That's my tip. Do not ignore anybody who you look to be in a service position. And here's why. First off, because why? Y'all, like, they're people. They're human. Okay. So like, don't like try to look past them in order to get to the celebrity. No, you go to those parties, and as you're there, you take your time, and as you're mingling and networking with people, talk to the person who's passing out the crab cakes. talk to the person who's bringing the club soda around, because these people, first off, like you have no idea what their lives are outside of here. So you might actually get a fantastic story. You might be very inspired by what you learned from them, first off. And then second off, as someone who likes to eat, I often, like when you're good to the caterers, they look for you when the fresh stuff comes from the kitchen. All right. So as the little cheese puff balls are going to come on out, you're going to get the freshest one because you were the one who actually looked them in their eyes and had a conversation with them. And then you know what? Then when you are talking to like an executive there at the party, the caterers are going to come up to you. They're going to offer you the freshest stuff. That exec is going to be like, how did they know you by name? And you're like, oh, I just talked to them. So like you are building relationships right there. These people can help you out. We're all, like we all have our own stories. So we all have something to contribute. I'll tell you one quick thing about the catering stuff, just to let you know, like I'm not playing with this. I was at a party and it was a gala to celebrate Halle Berry. She had just come out with the movie. I love Halle Berry. Okay.
Yes, Halle.
Here's when I tell you that I like eating, when I tell you my hunger is, here's what happened at this party. So I'm standing talking to some friends and I look, and in the distance, I see some corn fritters on a platter. I see a server with the corn fritters over there. And I looked, and the shrimp was with it too. So I looked.
Oh, you had the binoculars out. He said the shrimp too.
And the shrimp, the little shrimp is hanging on out. Look, you see it. And so I looked. And I said to my friends, I was like, excuse me. And then I saw that there were just like a couple people in between me and the corn fritter and shrimp. So I said, excuse me to the people as kindly, but as I'm trying to get to the corn fritter and the shrimp. And I get over and I tell the server, I'm like, thank you so much for this. He's like, for sure. So I get it and I go back to my group of friends and I turn around and I realize that one of the people who I had said, excuse me to as I was passing was Halle Berry. I'd walked right past Halle Berry to get to the shrimp and corn fritter. But you know what? It was worth it. It was so
sure, yeah.
It was worth it, yeah.
That just made me hungry. Okay.
So be good to the folks. Be good to people, yeah.
Wow.
At the end of the day, as you said, be good to people. Say it louder for the people in the back. Those genuine relationships, they really mean everything.
Everything. And you look, and I've seen it even in my career, because sometimes you're not doing it to be strategic, right? Every relationship doesn't have to be about a transaction, about like, I do this for me, you did it, like I do this for you, you did this for me. No, sometimes you just do things to be a person, like can be a living human being. And I've realized that like some of the people who were interns when I was coming up in the industry, like they would be interning and I would just take time to talk with them because I'm like, look, there's not that much difference between you and me. Well, here's what ended up happening, y'all. Some of these interns they're in positions now where they have been hiring me. They are talking to their bosses and their bosses. Like I have a friend who works at Disney Plus, and she was an intern back in the day when I was first starting. And so what ended up happening was when Disney Plus was looking for somebody to be a host for a big project that they were doing, she told her boss, she was like, you know what? Like, I know this guy, Albert. Like, when I was interning, he was just starting to work there, and I think he might be good for this. And so, like, she has gotten me paid. Like, this intern who I just used to kick it with, like, she has gotten me. So you never know. Be good to those who are, like, around you. Be good to those who are coming up. Be good to those who are already at the top. But just, like, don't neglect folks. You can't do that.
Never that.
Never.
Right? Okay, you can't even clap for that. You gotta snap.
You got it?
Yeah.
Adam's family.
There you go. Albert, listen, this has been amazing.
Yes.
Like, thank you so much for sharing your story with us and all the gems that you dropped. And you are just like this aura and energy that you have is really infectious. Like, I know you were talking about us, but you like reciprocated it right back to us. Like,
Jazz, it's just the lighting. It's not the aura, it's just the lighting. That's it.
I'll say your little setup is nice. I was thinking that. I like that.
No,
I got a nickname for you, Albert.
I'm sorry, Steve. I was talking over you.
Yeah. The Encyclopedia of Albert, because you are just so thorough.
Thank you for just like letting me have a slice of your time this morning. I thank your audience for like not tuning out and for staying for the whole time. I would love to, if you ever want me to come back, holler at your boy. If I'm in Chicago, I'm gonna try to swing by the studios. Act like you know me when I come up. Don't act like I don't know who this dude is. Like, when I come, act like you know me.
I'm putting your name in security right when, like ASAP. Like, make sure you let him up. Don't give him no problems, okay?
I appreciate it.
And to add on to the viewership, it spiked. Well, you know what that means.
Shoot.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
man.
Oh yeah. It did.
Yeah.
Literally.
Oh dang. All right. Well, it's been an honor. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And before you go, just let everybody know where they could follow you on social media, where they could check out some of your interviews and projects.
Gladly. Thank you. Yeah. I'm at Albert Talks on like Instagram, on Twitter, on TikTok. So you can find me there. And then I also, if you go to amazon.com/live/Albert Talks, that's where you'll get a chance to see me do a bunch of like live content in terms of like telling you what the latest tech deals are and playing with like unboxings and experimenting with items on camera. I just did another one of those this morning. I'll be doing some this weekend. So you will enjoy that. If you go there and then just click the follow me button, like you'll be able to find out whenever I'm jumping up on Amazon. So thank you for the opportunity for me to share that with the folks.
Of course. You got to tell the people what's going on.
Gotta tell them.
Yes. Thank you so much again. And we're definitely going to be in touch. We're definitely going to have you back for sure.
Please do.
No
Let's
doubt.
do this. Have a fantastic weekend, y'all.
Thank you. You too, Albert. Thank you.
Too, Albert. Bye.
Whoa. Can I say whoa?
I got to take the headphones
hold
off.
on.
This is so much that
Hold
happened. Hold on. Catch your breath real quick. Get yourself together. You know, we were able to have like a live media class, business creative 101 live for you guys.
Yeah.
So if you took notes and you were bright about it, you know,
For like the whole past hour though. That's the crazy part.
yeah.
We had Diallo, then we had Albert back to back. Dropping gems.
Yeah, like Salt Bay, just dropping gems like that, you know, like
Salt Bay.
you know, a little bit over there and stuff.
Seasoning, you know?
Very thorough. We want to thank them again for joining us. Thank you guys for hitting the like button. All the new viewers here that are joining us today on the Midday Live Show. It's a fly day. Friday, if you haven't noticed. If you want to get some cool gear, you know, I want to mention two companies real quick. Young Street Gear for all types of weather. Just type it in your search bar. Check it out. And of course, Monarch Clothing.
Yeah.
Great clothing. Great fabric, period, too. And it's, you know, that crown makes you feel like a king when you put on those t-shirts.
Or a queen, you know, for my ladies out there.
Absolutely.
Kings and queens.
Exactly.
Man, it has been a great day so far. A great show.
Amazing show. And I know the best way to wrap it up. Top 5 throwback edition. Stay tuned, Albert. You may like this one. We got some 1980s hip hop and rap on the top 5, all courtesy of Jarrell. And he picked all these songs because it's his birthday today. Happy birthday, Jarrell.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
And we got the top 5 coming up next. So we're going to get into it. We're going to take a very quick, small commercial break, and then we'll get right into it. So don't go anywhere.
Hey, everyone. It's Braisha Adams, and you are listening to the Midday Live Show with Steve Stylez, Jazzer Fierce, and Jarrell.
We're going to try to be that shining light, that beacon of hope. You know, what was that?
Oh, I'm sorry.
What was that?
I forgot to turn the mic down, bro. I forgot to turn the mic down. My bad, dog. It just jumped out. I'm sorry, bro.
Hey, it's all good.
Come on, man. Welcome to the night show.
Throw up the sex in her. And I can put you in.
Come on, man. Welcome to the night show.
Yes. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to the man who trademarked the burp.
Okay.
Big ups to Jarrell. Happy birthday. Don't know how old you are. Don't care because you're an amazing guy, amazing king. And it doesn't matter how old you are, man. You the homie.
We love you.
We
for
do,
life.
bro. We do.
Absolutely.
And thank you for choosing these amazing songs, guys. Hit the like button if you like music. Top 5, we're diving in. We got throwbacks for all the 80s babies in the house. Let's get it started with some LL Cool J, number 5, Around the World.
5, 4, 3, 2,
honey-coated complexion, using Cabernet. Let's hear it for the girls who's from around the way. That's the one. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 4.
Well, he makes another appearance on the top 5 later on. Dive in with number 4, Queen Latifah, UNITY.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Instinct leads me to another flow. Every time I hear a brother call a girl a bitch or a hoe.
Okay, period.
Yeah.
You better tell him, Queen.
Yeah, that was a super song. I think it's got like 3.8 million and growing. You know, that's a staple here at the Midday Live Show. We all about that. We don't use those words out here.
Nah. Be respectful, okay? UNITY.
Always, you know. Again, like I mentioned earlier in the show, you know, I think they, if we want to call they them, they're not afraid of our violence, but they're afraid of our love and our unity. Okay?
You're on to something.
Keeping it, representing these queen MCs. We got MC Light with Cold Rock a Party.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Rock the body. I rock the party that rocks the body. You rock the party that rocks the body. So what's your status? I be the baddest. Be the hit the scene since the gangster lean. I'm all ears. So what you got to say? I hope you're bubbling it, baby.
Don't rap like that no more, man. They don't.
Listen.
It's how they say. You know, the delivery is so important for me.
It's the delivery for pretty much everything.
Yeah.
It matters. It really does.
You can say what's up or you can say what's up. You know, it's all on how you say it. The energy needs to be there. All right, we got 2 left on the top 5, everybody. What would 80s rap be without Run DMC? We got Run DMC. It's Tricky.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
To rock around, that's right, on time. It's tricky, it's the fight. Here we go. It's tricky to rock around, that's right, on time. It's tricky. It's tricky. It's tricky to rock around, that's right.
On time is tricky. It's tricky. If I could roll my tongue, I would do it. You know, they'd be like,
all
tricky.
that, all day.
I can't do it. But that song always reminds me of White Chicks.
Oh, yeah.
The dance scene.
It makes
every
sense.
time.
Classic. You
Love
need to
that
watch it, guys. Funny movie.
Classic.
And of course, keeping it classic with the last song on the top 5, we got Mr. LL Cool J again with Mama Said Knock You Out.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
But tonight, don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. I'm rocking my pants, putting suckers in fear, making the tears rain down like a monsoon. Listen to the bass go boom, explosion.
This is a different LL, you know what I'm saying? The
Right.
original. This ain't Head Sprung LL Cool J, if you remember that song. But yeah, great top 5 again.
Amazing.
Big shout out to Jarrell, 80s baby.
Yes.
In spirit, but still in the house. Yep, we heard your comments too, Leo. Big shout out to you joining us in the studio again. But it's a wrap like tortilla. Do you think you could take the final word today?
I could if we did Bustin' or Disgusting, but you just like
Skipped it. I just
Threw
threw it
it out
over
the
my shoulder.
window.
No, we need to get back. We're here. Seatbelt secure. Let's get into this.
There we go. Yeah, before we get into the final word, we have to do one of our favorite segments here on the Midday Live Show. It's called Bussin' or Disgustin'. Leo was already laughing because he know it's funny. So for the new people, Bussin' or Disgustin' is pretty much we find a crazy or weird food combination, sometimes even drinks. Because remember the was it tequila and Four Loko?
Yes.
Casamigos and Four Loko?
Yes.
Ugh, gross.
You ended up trying it?
No. I just know it's gross. I don't have to try it. I don't even want to mess up my insides like that. So, okay. Bussin' or Disgustin'. We find a crazy food or drink combination and we decide if it's bussin', which is Chicago lingo for a beautiful, tasty, delicious,
Ding, ding,
lovely.
ding.
Or if it's just plain, straight up disgusting. And today we have a pickle, goldfish cracker, and mayonnaise sandwich. And I ask you, is it bussin' or is it disgusting?
It's disturbing.
That it is.
It is.
You know how I feel about pickles.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is already just.
Some people like pickles better cucumbers. Huh? Yeah, that's why I don't do the jokes of the day here.
You tried. I give you an A for effort. A+.
An F.
So, yeah, you said this is disturbing.
Yeah, it's
not
disturbing.
even disgusting. It's disturbing.
Is that all that mayonnaise, all that stuff? Nah,
Albert. Nah, a big nah on the pickles for me.
Even if I get like the crispy chicken sandwich or something from Popeyes or something, or like it's like a Tennessee style or something. They put that one pickle. I always say no pickle. I don't want that soggy vegetable in my chicken sandwich, and I don't want all this mayonnaise either, man. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, Linda says no freaking way. I'm a pass with a throw up emoji. Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I'm a pass. I'm a dab.
Dab on it. Listen, I'm definitely passing on this one. I think it's disgusting. And it's like this is a bagel. No, that's an English muffin. But it looks like they burnt it like on top of that.
Yeah.
So you got a burnt English muffin with a slab of mayo, and then you just threw some pickles on it. And then the goldfish crackers are very random. Like, very random.
Whoa.
Where did you get the goldfish crackers from?
Yeah, I think they ran out of cheese or something. They wanted like artificial flavoring, maybe.
I don't get it.
They wanted their yellow 40, their red 40. They wanted all that chemical ingredients. That's what they needed.
Ew. So we're in agreement, okay? This is disgusting. It is very much so not bussin'.
The opposite of bussin', which is disgusting or disturbing. Come on, man. Like, so they serve it individually like hors d'oeuvres?
Yeah, like Albert was just saying, maybe they could serve this at a party.
Oh, maybe.
Fresh out the kitchen.
Nice
the
little
pickle
banquet hall.
Goldfish cracker mayo sandwich with the burnt English muffin.
And if you network correctly, they'll give it to you fresh.
Fresh, okay.
First.
Yum. Tasty.
Exactly. But wow, this one was easy. This one was an easy 3 right there. I can't handle all this.
Throw it out.
Just give me the goldfish crackers. I'll just have those.
The goldfish crackers, yeah, I would take that by itself. Yeah, that's fine. But all the rest of that, you can keep that. That's nasty.
You can keep it. Fresh. Awesome. Appreciate it, Albert. Thank you. Thank you for joining us again on the Midday Live Show. And you're still here hanging out. Linda, too. I think it's a big one.
Whatever it is, they trifling for that. Because they burnt it.
Yeah, why?
They burnt it at the end of the day. You thought you weren't going to see the little black specks on it. They burnt it.
That's why they put all the mayonnaise on it.
They tried to cover it up.
It's making sense now.
We found out whoever made that. We're on to you and your antics. But anyway, that was Bussin' or Disgusting. We are now about to get into the final word before we wrap up today's show. An amazing show that we've had, episode 32. Big shout out to Albert Lawrence again and Diallo Riddle for joining us today. We really can't even put into words like how we're feeling right now. We're kind of just, keeping it moving because we're live, but it's like I'm kind of speechless, honestly.
It's amazing.
Very
thankful first off, and speechless secondly.
Yeah, exactly. All that. Okay, so my final word, you guys know how I love my quotes. So this is a quote from George Eliot, and it's pretty simple. He says, "It is never too late to be what you might have been." So in my opinion, what I took from that is, it doesn't matter what your dream is. It doesn't matter who doesn't believe in you. It doesn't matter even if you are kind of feeling some type of way. You're like, I really want to do this, but I'm not sure how I should start. I'm not sure if I could do it. I feel like I might not make it. It doesn't matter. You're not on a time frame. Like, you don't have to beat somebody else. You don't have to be more successful than somebody else in a certain time frame. It's not a race. Life is not a race. Take your time, but all you have to do is start. Because it's never too late to start and be what you might have been.
Yeah.
And that is the final word.
Exactly. Indubitably.
Do you have any final words for the audience, Steve?
It's a theme for today. We got to make something out of nothing, Mr. Make It Happen. You got to do it. Grab your phone and do it. Just do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do. Just do it. And the last thing I'm going to say is, everybody out there, Also, the audience, we didn't even thank them. Excuse me. Wow, our manners. We're so rude. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for tuning in the whole time. We appreciate you guys, and we hope you will come back. We're live every Friday from 12 to 2 Central Time. And everybody, whether you're in Chicago or worldwide, everybody, make sure you have a fabulous weekend. Stay safe. I would say stay warm, but I'm too used to it being wintertime around here.
Yeah.
So stay cool because it's about to get hot.
Stay breezy.
Okay? Stay breezy. Stay fly on this Fly Friday.
Fly Day Friday.
Fly day. Period. And you have been listening to the Midday Live Show. I'm Jazzer Fierce.
I'm Steve Stylez.
And it's Life of Jarrell's birthday. You know, he'll usually say, you know the voice, you know the vibes.
You know the voice, you know
I'm
the
in your
vibes.
girl's DMs. So make sure you guys follow us on Twitter and Instagram, and even like us on Facebook at the Midday Live Show. And we will be back next Friday for episode 33. Peace, and I'm out.